Good evening, everybody. Thank you for joining me today. It's Felukah out here on this school night live session. I'm recording live from Cairo, Egypt, my beautiful home, some beautiful people, and I hope you enjoy it tonight. We got an arrangement of some old songs, some new songs, and yeah, I hope you vibe. I push that shit away like, I push that shit away like, ooh, I ain't got nothing left to say like, nothing left to say like, I ain't got nothing left to prove, just ooh, that's all news on you. Bless the wind if it will guide me higher still. Bless the wind if it will guide me, yeah. Sun in your eyes, speckle the vision. Road travels long, gon' make 'em listen. Follow the path on your own mission. Oh, leave the candles on in the park till dawn. Don't you wanna be the one to feel this, yeah. I push that shit away like, I push that shit away like, ooh, I ain't got nothing left to say like, nothing left to say like, no, I ain't got nothing left to prove, just ooh, that's all knows on you. Yes, PSA, Push That Shit Away is the first song off of my latest EP, Kelkeb, which is out now and streamable. It's very important for me to have little tokens and things around the house that create a safe space for me and connect me to something larger than life and life larger than me. So yeah, and I'm wearing this today in solidarity with my brothers and sisters in Palestine facing the ongoing ethnic cleansing and genocide. You're in my prayers always. Yo, why they looking at me though? The way that they be looking at me though, like the way that you been looking at me though, yeah, I like it, that's perception. I'm a meta queen, you guessed it, yeah. Why they looking at me though? The way that they be looking at me though, like the way that you been looking at me though, yeah, I like it, that's perception. I'm a meta queen, you guessed it, yeah. Watching cartoons, yeah, listening to records, get to know you. Adjusted all the levels, now I'm post up typhoon. Dipping in the zone, I'm in my bag of words too, cause I felt the flow move. Follow moves to get to blue. Bet I'm astronomic, sugar with that honey, birth the game too, yeah. Let the dream bloom. What was begging for air is now introduced to you in a new perspective. And bet you just guessed it. The way they looking at me only ever really projected. The way they feeling low key, it's internal, you don't know, you don't even know. I pulls up with the fruit, yeah. Get soon and mango juice, till I'm conveying the truth as expression from the root. Still looking at me like they never seen them fire. They perspire, I'm inspired, us in here with eyes. I'm not lying, just benevolent with truth to get to you. Looking at me with confusion, clueless, fucking sweet, do they look like pain? Yeah, yeah. Looking at me like I'll be the one to save the day, yeah, yeah. How you see me, way I see you, see each other's color pixels, image widget, would you dream it, where you see it, do you see me, how you see me, way I see you, see each other's color pixels, image widget, would you dream it, where you see it, do you, yo, why they looking at me though, the way that they be looking at me though, like the way that you been looking at me though, yeah, I like it, that's perception, I'm a meta queen, you guessed it, yeah, why they looking at me though, the way that they be looking at me though, like the way that you been looking at me, oh yeah, like it, that's perception. I'm a meta queen, you guessed it, yeah.
There's usually an outro to that, but you can definitely listen to the song and hear it. Yeah, we're gonna keep the vibes just rolling. I'm feeling really connected to this space. This is actually where I grew up, so it feels pretty cool to shoot this from here. Yeah, this next song is Cool With It.
Can't get me out your head. Cool with it, used to it, I digress. Fuck the rest of them all, yeah, you said. Fuck the rest of them all. Rolling up rainbows and blueberry pie. Might make it sound pretty, might make it real nice, but I only rolls with the realest, that's right. You peep my rap game, you liked it, that's fine. I'm on a high, I felt our forces collide. Re-sketch the sky if our stars don't align. Said I'd be lying if I said I ain't trying to be channeling all of this. Can pop with my aura, my spirit's alive. Can pop on my line, you rock rap on wine. Let them speak volumes, I see it and fly away. Queen of a form of love, dethroned and dilated. Deeming the Duchess of dark arts and space stations. I peaked a level, you pigs talking PlayStation. And celebrate, sticky sweet mango, miss sweet cards and sellotape. Might catch a feeling for you, fuck them older things. Only move forward with love, that's the recipe. That's the way it be. You gon' tell me, can't get me out your head. Cool with it, used to it, I digress. Fuck the rest of them all, yeah, you said. Fuck the rest of them all. Picture this like baby made a wish, blew a kiss to the moonlight. See me keep it cool, write me low-key like a true type. Me seen a toxic energy and tossed it out the room. Bye, bye. When things fell apart, the music started. Only fuck with air sign artists. Are things bad as they have told us? Ain't no scrimmage to devotion. I spend nights dreaming and focus hot like jalapeno Horace. I can open up and swallow pyramids of life and follow to upward swings. I smoke my rhymes, just Cairo tings. I've been around denial while you sit and talk your. Let it simmer in the summer. Heard about your newest shit. And to be real honest, like I'm cool with it. They gon' keep talking they shit, and while they talk we gon' win. So like I'm cool with it. We gon' finesse in this bitch. I caught that bread ain't a thing, and like I'm cool with it. They gon' keep talking they shit, and while they talk we gon' win. So like I'm cool with it. We gon' finesse in this bitch. I caught that bread ain't a thing, and like I'm cool with it. Cool with it. Can't get me out your head. Cool with it, used to it, I digress. Fuck the rest of them all, yeah, you said. Fuck the rest of them all.
A vast majority of the songs you're listening to are off of my album Dream 23, which just follows my aspirations and goals as a 23-year-old navigating this life. So cheers to that. Okay. Yeah. All right. Here's to you dancing at home.
Smooth is my middle name. You've been acting strange while I level it and keep my cool the same. Made a new game for myself, still you playing like the rest. I can't teach you or your new friend. Not your new friend, not your new friend, not your new friend. No. Psych, I'm in my jumpsuit. Caught the 6, running out of time to make your mind move. Make your soul drip, skip quick, flip the script, bitch, I'm over it. Older than this, beholding finesse, finding this impossible, deplorable. The people that's ignoring all the funk in its true essence. I'm not here to preach a lesson, but I'm guessing that you're questioning the methods of the blessings. Call it verse, call it blossoming. I'm in my bag, not talking shit. And now I'ma go and get mine, yeah. Go and get mine, baby. Find the right time, flex the muscle of the mind. Y'all know what I heard, y'all. Smooth is my middle name. You've been acting strange while I level it and keep my cool the same. Made a new game for myself, still you playing like the rest. I can't teach you or your new friend. Not your new friend, not your new friend, not your new friend. No, I know
looks like I'm in my Calvins when I'm snapping this new hook. I wrote a book under cohidity, cause mentally I've been involved with literary harmony, and it's alarming to me. Don't play pretend. The last time you sat alone to write or make amends with former versions of yourself, acid ego death, ain't felt your best in a minute, and it's fine. Keeping up my grind, though I feel you think it's time. I'ma go and get mine. I'ma go and get mine. I'ma go and get mine. At the same time, still try to reach you. You ain't my man if you can't get your existential dance on. Just dance on. You ain't my man if you can't get your existential dance on. Just dance on. Smooth is my middle name. You've been acting strange while leveling, keep my cool the same. Made a new game for myself. Still you playing, yeah. You always playing now, and not like the rest. You always playing now. Why you still playing now? Why you still playing now? Mine, babe. Why you still playing now? Why you still playing now? Go and get mine. Yeah. Alright. They call me Miss Smooth. Vibes. Yes. Well, as this live session is coming to a close, I did want to highlight that it's important to support the things you care about. So go out and do that fully. This last song is called Heliocentric. And yeah, here's to love songs that make you feel something. Here's to people that make you feel something. And just keep doing that. Keep doing the things that you love. All right. Got my candles, of course. Lots of them. Going on in my head. What you said, wait, those words, they just melted. All around the sun, they melted, yeah. Going around the sun, they melted, yeah. Ooh, ooh, if you're heliocentric, feeling your center, I'm still dreaming, believing your sentences. Come at me with questions, really though heliocentric. That's just the perspective. Freedom is heliocentric. People need truth and censorship. I'm on a wave, Spliffy so happy like love on the brain. Auntie Miss Fenty, she showed us the way. Sade Sashay say she cherished the day. Can't keep on running, I'm missing the way. Your deep-rooted earth tones would ask me to stay. Would you still care for me if things would be real as they seem? So you me, you breathing like air, all in my hair, like you're right there. We go wind up one pair, meet up round on Neptune. I'm psyched that you feel this, I guess you. Every level, like yeah, whatever the weather, I'll be there. Yeah, and we'll float around the sun, swim around for fun. Yeah, night has just begun. Do it all for love, roll around the sun. Now I'm real blessed, though, yeah. I've been going around the sun. I want to spend these hours with my flower of a lover boy. Put it down undercover boy. Heliocentric, feeling your center. I'm still dreaming, believing your sentence. Come at me with questions, really though heliocentric. That's just the perspective. Freedom is heliocentric. My people need truth and censorship. I want to spend these so much for riding the wave with me today. It's been Felukah, streamable, searchable on a variety of different things. Have a blessed day, and see ya.
I love it.
Riding that boat.
Riding that boat?
Riding
down the
that
Nile?
boat. Yeah, riding that boat. Oh my gosh. That was amazing.
Felukah, hey, thank you so much for this. It's so good to see you. And you're actually in Cairo right now.
I am actually. Thank you for having me. It's 3 a.m. here, but I'm riding that wave like a true sailboat, like I am. Got my crew, my people staying up tonight. Shout out everybody in the hood, in the community. It's a blessing to be here.
3 a.m.
That's crazy. Dedication.
That's right.
Yeah, thank you so much for doing it with us, for hanging out with us. Yeah, we were talking before we played back the session, like growing up in Cairo, saying, hey, I'm going to head to New York City and I'm going to go to school there. That's quite a jump. Taking it from Cairo to New York. I know that you were headed to school there, but that's got to be quite a shock culturally. Had you been to New York before college?
I had. So I have a lot of family in California, and I was making trips out there a lot. And when I went to New York City and I saw the difference between LA and New York, I was like, yo.
You like New York?
Yeah, for sure. No, I'm way more East Coast, at least at this point in my life. And New York City is the birthplace of hip hop and jazz and so much good music. So I found it in my core that I need to be there.
Yeah, you can fall down the stairs anywhere in New York and come across an incredible band playing.
That's facts, yo. That's true. Music is everywhere.
Yeah, great jazz clubs there. No, that makes sense. You're surrounded by richness, of culture, and yeah. I mean, I know it was poetry, I guess, that brought you to school, right? That's what the allure was, creative writing.
Definitely, yeah. No, I studied creative writing. Poetry's been in my blood since I picked up the pen. I've just been dedicated to poetry, so that found itself into music, I guess. But it started with writing for sure.
So which poets? Who are the ones? Who are the pillars?
I want to say Rumi for sure. A lot of
figured that was coming.
Poetry. Yeah, and then also Warsan Shire and some more modern day poets like Nayira Waheed as well. What's crazy is I'll be connecting with these poets now, but from the angle of a musician talking to poets, and it's just really cool. There's so much cross-pollination across all mediums of art, and it's just beautiful.
Wow. So the books, you're in that session, you're
the book,
the wall of books. Are
tiny
these your
library.
books? Yeah.
Those are my family's books. This is my mother's collection. She's a scholar and a professor, and a lot of that has just been passed down onto me. I appreciate learning so much, and true nerd at heart, always been one. So that's definitely owed to my family, my parents. Yeah.
You and Jayo have that in common, right?
Well, definitely West African culture is heavily education.
For sure.
And you have teachers.
Yeah. I taught high school and middle school for a little bit, and my mom's been teaching for 24 years.
Mom's a teacher, yeah.
Me personally, I was just I prefer not to be.
Right.
No, but I was when she said her mom was a teacher, I'm well, so yeah, that's growing up in a scholarly environment, the pressure.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's true. I mean, it didn't really, I feel it didn't add pressure on me as much as it did just carve a space for me to really find the power in knowledge and grow into that understanding that we're on a continuous evolutionary path of just higher successions and evolution in our mind, body, soul. So I guess I'd be leaning on the literature, I'd be leaning on the art, and that's I'm so grateful for that.
Wow.
So how are your parents handling the I want to be a musician thing?
So at first, especially being a rapper thing, that's not different than just saying I want to play harp or violin, ma. That's I want to rap, it's different. So in the beginning, it was very much no, this is not a thing that you do, and this is not for women type of thing. And that was very it wasn't very strict. My dad had that approach for I don't know, the first few months of me making music. But I kept pushing, I was I've always been stuck to my vision. When I have it in my head, that's I'm going for it. And I understood the kind of impact that I could make as an artist to affect the collective consciousness of people in a way that institutions can't. You know what I'm saying? And like, if my dad didn't get it then, I knew he would get it like later. So I kept dropping my material and I kept pushing for my voice. And now he'd be sending me screenshots of him like hearing my song on the radio and like in Egypt now and just like going like, yo, I heard this song. I'm so proud. And I'm like, yeah, like we're doing things. So now they're fully on board and it's a big blessing for sure.
Did your dad really say yo?
He didn't say yo.
No, I fully understand that. Like our parents, like, they're coming from a place of love. At least, like, what I'm understanding, like, the relationship between Western African parents and their kids. Like, they want to love you. They just want to see that you are supporting yourself and that you are successful in what you do. So it is scary for them to hear, like, oh, you want to be in the arts. Because they're like, that's not being a lawyer or a doctor. Like, how are you going to do this? And they've seen so many people fail at that. But when you start being successful, they start like supporting you more because they're like, oh, I know you're going to be fine doing this. And I'm glad that you're happy. Yeah, exactly.
Right, exactly. And I'm lucky enough to be in like, also my brother is a musician. He helped me produce like my first album and he's working on his own stuff. He's a composer. So like he was really the first child to be like, listen, convention, tradition, I don't want to see it. I don't want to hear about it. Like, I'm doing this. And they had to just be on board with that. So since then, it's been like a little easier for me to like come into being. So shout out my brother.
And is your brother out in New York too, or is he still in?
He's in New York. Yeah, he's a teacher himself, but he's also a musician on the side. And my sister's out there in New York too. Shout out Little Poogs. And she's also a musician, plays bass. Sometimes we jam together. So yeah, it's all love. It's all in the family.
Family band. So you said you have family in LA. What part of LA?
In Southern California, Chino Hills area.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chino Hills was put on the map if anybody knows basketball from the Ball brothers.
Right.
Yeah, that's the only time they got put on the map. But it is a very small city out in East LA.
Exactly. You can. Yeah, I was there for 6 months before I was like ready to move to relocate. Like it was done.
Okay. Yeah. That's definitely a reason to pick New York.
Well, yeah, no, I mean, especially when like you grew up in a metropolis. Like I grew up in Cairo, it's equally chaotic, bustling, like go-getter mentality. Like it's the same in New York. So I didn't really have much culture shock moving to New York. Suburbs in California was culture shock.
Yeah, definitely.
I understand that.
Cool. So do you have any upcoming releases or anything that we should plan for this year?
Yeah, so I got some like cool collaborations coming up with this Palestinian Jordanian rapper Synaptic. It's gonna be like big waves in the Arab world for music, so definitely keep your eyes open for that.
That is cool.
Yeah, so I'm excited.
I mean, you say, you mentioned big waves in the Arab world. I mean, making waves, bringing the Arab culture into American, music and the American scene. I mean, that in itself to me is a big move so I applaud you for that too. You're coming up against so many like, clear challenges, When I think about like, we had an artist come through School Night, who is, I guess he's from Belgium, but he's part Lebanese and part Egyptian. I don't know if you know Tamino.
Yeah, hell yeah, Tamino. He's great.
Are you familiar with him?
Yeah. He's dope.
He is, right? But I think it's great that you're taking your culture with you. You're not leaving it behind in any way. You're melding it with your experiences in America.
Absolutely. I really think that's the only way. I mean, I want my culture to evolve in a similar narrative that I see like a lot of Western cultures are able to breathe in that sense and to just, keep evolving with different voices, different nuances to that narrative. And there's no reason Arab culture and Middle Eastern culture shouldn't get that same new wave, new refreshing culture, wave after wave. So I'm here to be riding that wave for sure.
We love that. Yeah, Mr. Pickles 880 in the chat. He's saying, can you ask her about her book if you have time? You've got a couple books of poetry, don't you?
I do. I have 2 chapbooks that I self-published. I don't even really like be pushing them that much anymore because I'll be working on some new things. But yeah, those poetry books were from a time in my life where I was still forming my lyrical voice, and a lot of those poems were later adapted into song lyrics and verse. So it's really more of like a BTS behind Felukah and the creation of that persona. So yeah.
That's super cool.
So Layla asks us in the comments, what would you tell an artist trying to blend cultures in their work? And she said that she's in the same spot, making art as an Arab American.
I would say really focus on the things that you cherish and appreciate about your culture and tradition, and don't take anything with you that's been bringing you down or burdening you. We don't need to recreate the same narratives and press on the same issues that our previous generations went through. This is what we're doing to recreate and refresh the voice. So I would say just don't stress too much. Just give yourself to the art and take what you want and leave what you don't.
Dope. People are asking, do you stream on Twitch?
Well, effective now I do. So I mean, I will be doing that.
Yeah.
They seem to want more of you, so you should
Yo,
definitely
let's
let
do
them know where
it.
they can find you.
For sure, yo. I got a Twitch channel. I'll be active.
Yeah. Speaking of video and all that music, that live set was just very amazing, and all those camera angles. I was gonna ask about the top shot. That was creative.
That was
your idea,
cool.
your director as well as.
No, it was like my director partner's idea, and we were just like, yo, what if we put a phone on the bookshelf and you just like looked up into it occasionally? I'm like, I'm so with it. Like, just freaking go out to the drone. We got bookcases.
Yeah. That's super dope. Well, they asked what is your Twitch handle so they can get more of that, and hopefully you got some crazy angles on Twitch.
For sure. I'm going to try and get creative with it. I'm just at Felukah, same as Instagram and Twitter and everything else.
Cool.
No, I love what you spoke to about, integrating your culture into your work and stuff, because I feel like, artists sometimes, I think what makes the artists that we love, if we all like, we could mention artists that we love, but they're a product of their upbringing and their unique experiences, and bringing that forward and pulling that forward into their work is what makes them unique, right?
For sure. Oh, absolutely.
Fantastic. I know it's late there. So we'll let you go. But
when are you back in New York? When are you back?
Are you coming back to?
Yes, I'm coming back within the next month. I've still got some projects to wrap up here. I'm trying to build a workshop for like healing collective consciousness through art. I feel like the women of Egypt have really gone through a lot this year with the Egyptian Me Too movement, and there's just a lot of like community building that I want to like engage in Cairo. So I'm gonna be back in New York as soon as I can, early July, mid-July, the latest. But I got stuff here and I got stuff there, and I'm trying to be tapped into both worlds always. So always.
That's
fantastic.
Dope. Love it.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for hanging out with us late as it is in Cairo. And be well, travel safe back to New York when you do that, and we look forward to seeing you down the road.
Thank you so much. This has been so great. Great end to my night, and be safe yourselves. Thank you so much.
Pleasure's ours. Thank you.
Thank you.